Hi, I hope all is well. This is Shamrondi from Life Design Topics, and this particular video is going to be about children exploration, right? And like nurturing the new interests or the potential interests that our children have and they develop and they discover, right? Depending on how old they are. Do not be the kind of parent that thinks that a child is too young to have an opinion about something. I know that I witnessed that. I saw a lot of that coming up. You know, parents, we're just so privy to so much more information now. The children that are being born now and the children that have been born in the last, 10 years, they are tech babies, right? So they have a different grasp and understanding of the depths of technology, right? While some of us can be intimidated by doing simple things, but we could be intimidated by technology. But the younger ones, they just have like a level of fearlessness, i.e., because they're young, right? And then also because it's just such an integral part of their lives. Like they don't know another way. They don't know about wax records. They don't know about 8-track tapes. They don't know about cassette tapes and CDs that much. Like they may know what a CD is, because a lot of us, our cars still have CD players. I don't have a CD player anymore in my car, but I have things that can play CDs, right? I remember when iPods came out, we just thought like it was just the cat's meow. It's like, how many hundreds of songs can you squeeze on this apparatus that you can listen to at any given point in headphones or share music and download? Do you guys remember Napster? Oh my God. Napster was like, it was the best thing that landed in our lives as preteens and teenagers at the time. And then when the courts started going after them, because that interrupts some level of capitalism, that there are some of us that are just that is that is some people's direction in life, right? To break down whatever structure that they think is there or that they know is there. Right? So, children exploration needs to be honed and fostered. It is hard for them to hone and foster that if everything that they come into contact with is only, digital or electronic. Okay? It causes a toll on their bodies. It causes a toll on the, the support system that their eyes are in, right? The things that take away information and, carry tears in their tear ducts and their minds, right? I remember when I was having my oldest son, I was in the doctor's waiting room. So I had already had my oldest son. And we were at a doctor's appointment at the pediatrician, great doctor out of New York. Great doctor out of New York. And I remember like seeing people with their little ones, their little toddlers in the strollers, and the toddler is screaming down the place the minute you take away the cell phone. Right? And even I have experienced that. I mean, as crunchy as I am, trust and believe, my sons, they still love, their tablet and being able to maneuver things online. Okay? Oh, wow, we're getting like some rain. You see, it just got dark. So that kind of behavior that you see in little ones where they just become like acutely angry because of this, you know, after you see that, and that's just how it is, that's how it always ends, then there needs to be a break, a fasting of some sort away from the handheld screen time. Okay? They need to do things that are more analog. I strongly suggest, as long as you have children under the age of 10, they can still find good use for blocks. Wooden blocks, building blocks, large Legos, small Legos for the teenagers, you know, like, or some kind of like a building block system that encourages engineering, right? Some of those are they're magnetic. Some of them, there's all kind of building product on the market, right? Everybody's trying to like reinvent the same wheel. And the same wheel is that children like to use their hands, and they like to use their imagination. They want to use their imagination. And every time you want to shove the electronic in their hand, or not encourage them to read, or sit and cook in front of the television, cook like a microwave, right? Where you encourage them to sit in front of the microwave, in front of the television and cook for, you know, extended periods of time, that is the damage that's happening. You want to make sure that there's something else that they can do with their hands and use their mind. Coloring is it's really great. There's crayons, there's pastels, there's acrylic, there's paints. If you don't, there's the sand. I forget what they call that, but it's like something moldable. Then there's Play-Doh, right? There's then there is colored pencils. Like, there's a lot of that, guys. The blocks, the colored pencils, and crayons, guys, and paper. Okay? Crossword puzzles, if they are annoyed with coloring, or they're old enough and they can work on the words that they discover, that helps them too. It helps them immensely with reading. Okay? Especially if they don't like to read, see if there's something else that they can do that kind of like fosters and work on their mind, you know, discovering new words and trying to figure out what those words are. Let their programming, if you must have them on 4 hours of screen time a day, I know life is not the easiest for everybody, okay? Gosh, half of that needs to be educational programming. Absolutely. I said so. Okay? There's tons of channels on YouTube, probably even on Amazon. And then for you to get familiar, maybe you should watch yourself a YouTube channel. Like, what are the most highly rated educational cartoon or children programming out on YouTube right now? Somebody has made a compilation, okay? And then you're gonna see like, oh, that is great. Okay, they're gonna watch it. They're gonna be engrossed in it, and in the process of them watching it and being engrossed in it, they're gonna learn something. They're gonna learn about bugs, or they're gonna learn a new word, or they're gonna learn about what these numbers can do, or they're gonna learn about what these colors can do to each other. They're gonna learn about how to recognize different things. You want to encourage that, of like their minds always learning and expanding. Okay, and you do the same for yourself. Like, every time you discover something, think about it. Would my son or my daughter understand me explaining this to them? Or is it something I can tell them quickly based on other simple things that they need? Then tell them. Children are smarter than you think. Okay? So foster children exploration. When things are hopefully back to normal, Boston has like one of the best, Boston and Brooklyn has one of the best children museums on the market. I know that one. They have the best, okay? One of the best. There's many other states I haven't been to, but I have been to quite a few, and it's like, it leaves something to be desired. Zoo trips, right? Zoo trips can get expensive, especially when you have like multiple children. You're helping your sister out. You're bringing your kids, those kids, whatever. Pop in at the library or find out when the passes are available. Get yourself a pass. Down here in Florida where we are, the program can be so poor, right? Like, the Children's Museum is nothing to talk about. I said so. Me. That Children's Museum in Florida, When you go there and you experience a day there, you realize that it was conceptualized by people that either A, never had children, B, their entire career was on Broadway, or C, by the time they came up with all of the concepts and ideas, all of their children were too old. Like, I feel like they just are just so out of touch with, you know, what small children need. It's a little bit too grown woman and grown manish for me too. That's the other thing. It's just tacky. It's not good. Is that a read? It absolutely is. They don't get a good review from me. Nope, nope, nope. But you know what Florida has that is amazing for children? The Fruit and Spice Museum. It's actually like a garden. It's like an arboretum. And you're going to see like all the 50 different varieties of mango trees and all the different medicinal trees that are available. There's just so much there to see. That zoo, that Miami Zoo, oh my, it is comprehensive. In Georgia, you have to go to the aquarium and then you gotta go to the, then you gotta go there and you gotta go there. Right? This Miami's, the Zoo Miami, it is in a place, I think it's considered Kendall. It's quite South Florida. It's like all the way down there. But let me tell you, it is an aquarium on its own right. It is a safari in its own right. It is a bird sanctuary in its own right. It is an amphibian. Well, that's the aquarium. Like, it is comprehensive. It's an all-day thing. If they open at 10 a.m., guys, be there at 10, and you plan on being there for the entire day. If you have the little ones and they like the splash pad, I promise you, your entire day. Like, if you go there too late, you're going to leave the zoo without having seen everything. And you want to see everything. They have the most beautiful giraffes and everything. Oh my God, it's such a great zoo. It just makes, you know, Boston Franklin Zoo look tragic. It's not good. It's not worth it compared to that. If you're in Boston, then, like, you know, we'll take what we have, right? I grew up on Franklin Park Zoo, all right? But the children museums in Boston are amazing, okay? And then when you're in those rural places, I know Georgia, a place in Gwinnett County, it doesn't exist anymore. It was called Yellow River Petting Zoo. It was the most amazing. They had all kind of like exotic animals, and you can buy little snacks and crackers and stuff like that and feed it to them. When I say exotic, they had bison, they had llamas, they had fox, they had wolf, they had, like, you know, like they had a brown bear, right? Do you think you're going to see a bison anywhere? No. You know what I mean? Like, I believe they had, like, they may have had a zebra. If they didn't have a zebra, I know they had, like, another, I don't know the actual correct word for that type of bovine animal. That's kind of like in that horse family. I don't know the correct word for that. But they had so many beautiful birds and colorful birds and peacocks and sheep and goat and deer, tons of deer and ones with, like, beautiful. So I say all of that to say that they're not the only ones. There are other ones in Georgia. Georgia has a comprehensive library system too, right? So there's tons of stuff. So exhaust all of these things. Do a little research online. You may think all they want to do is play on the video games on their phone. Give them something else. Okay? Walks on the beaches, just walks, you know, by canals. Like where I live, we're not that far from the beach, praise God, right? But we're also on the canal, so there's like tons of all kinds of duck species and bird species and lizards and iguanas and, you know, there's all of that. Children need to be at peace with nature. They need to be at peace with what is natural, and they need to be able to appreciate what's innately in them to appreciate, such as fresh air and trees and grass and flowers and bushes and colorful plants and all of that, right? Foster your children's curiosity. Do analog things that are going to stretch their imagination. You're doing them a world of good. And it's going to do you some good too. All right, have a blessed one. This is Shamrondi from Life Design Topics. And you know, I make the salacious stuff, but I also make the stuff for us to be able to take care of our little ones, and you know, and help that mom that needs a little additional help with the little ones that she has, right? So you know, you'll come across it, or you share it with somebody, and you know, you want your children to be as healthy as possible in the conditions that exist right now. Stay blessed, guys. Take care.